Hi, this is Cass from Aussie Cass Plays, and welcome to Generation 2 Part 7 of my Medieval Legacy Challenge. Poor Rose, she's very, very pregnant, she's really struggling, needs to pee all the time, you know how it is. Isabella's actually just having a nap, but I'm going to take the two girls back over to visit their parents because they haven't been over there for a little while. Rose is actually a little bit worried about her dad because he did leave early from the wedding. He hasn't been coming over to visit them recently. Thomas is actually at work. I'm not having him work hard because he hasn't actually met the requirements. And I realised, should have figured it out sooner, that having no school peasant with a public holiday does stop the kids going to school, and the previous generation it worked fine, but Thomas actually needs to go to work. So either I need to be super on top of the 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. 5 days a week and send him manually, or I'm going to have to cancel this event and try and do something about the kids. I'm not sure. I had him go crystal hunting, and we did get a few elements, but the mail arrived after he'd already left. So it has not marked off, and he doesn't have enough. I love these little CC shelves. They are very pretty. What I'm going to do is these two are going to head across on the ferry and, you know, just go over for afternoon tea. It means you guys can also meet the twins, which is very exciting. So they've arrived at the farm. David's at the front. I see him having a look at Zachary, who's gone to go on the swing. We've got Andrea over here, apparently having taken an interest in woodwork. But I think Rose in particular, and well, probably both of them actually, feeling a bit clucky. No, that's not the kind of music that we listen to on a music box. It's classical. It's a music box. So check out the boys. This is Jonathan. He's the slightly older twin. And he's very, very cute. Except for some reason, the CC eyelashes will not stick on this child. I tried and tried and tried. It did not work. This is Crispin. Also very cute. Slightly cuter because he has CC eyelashes on, because his eyelashes would stick. But the boys are actually identical twins. I can't see any difference between them. It's possible that differences will emerge as they get older, but I think they actually might be identical. It does occasionally happen. In my 100 Baby Challenge, the second gen matriarch, Hannah, she and her sister Eve were identical. Oh, look, Rose has come in and immediately started cooking. Bless her. I'm going to come over here, have little Isabella come over and introduce herself to the boys. Because obviously, I mean, Isabella in particular, working with kids, I think she would just be very, you know, all over the boys. So I would like Rose to also introduce herself to Crispin and Jonathan. So we'll do friendly introductions to both. Isabella's asking Alana probably some very personal questions because, you know, she's a nanny. She has a professional interest in, you know, how's the breastfeeding going and all that kind of thing. Rose is sitting listening quietly and possibly feeling a little bit daunted. I mean, maybe not though. Maybe she's confident in how she'll go as a mum. I'm not sure. But I'm actually going to have Rose come out and maybe talk to her dad. Because like I said, she has been worried about him. So I have her offer gratitude to him, invite him to feel the baby. Oh, poor Rose. She's just waddling everywhere. She's such an elegant, graceful sim normally. So she really kind of, when she's like belly first walking around the world, it's quite striking, especially in this dress. This dress is not a very slimming dress, but it would be warm. So that's the main concern. So she's asking how her dad's been, and he's like, look, I'm fine, you know, don't worry about me. I mean, he seems like he's still doing pretty well, despite his age. He seems very sort of hale and hearty. So hopefully he'll be around for a long time yet. Obviously, he wouldn't admit to his daughters if there was anything wrong, because I just don't think he'd want to worry them. You know, Rose is newly married and she's pregnant, and Isabella's got herself a job, which is unusual for the time, like a job outside the home. So they're comparing notes on the pregnancy, and Olivia's like, yeah, you know, that's all sounds very normal to me, honey. And she's like, yeah, it's just my back aches, and, you know, sometimes I get these weird cramps in my stomach and I get worried that something's wrong. It's like, well, you know, your body's having to reshape itself to make space for the baby, so that can cause cramps. But if you worry, just let me know. And, Olivia's had a lot of practice with pregnancies now, although she had very easy pregnancies. She's offering to help out. She obviously just recently was effectively the midwife for Alana as well. So she's got recent practice. I love how we just got a sentiment about Olivia after she spent all that time talking to Zachary. I mean, okay, cool. Anyway, I really am going to take them home now. Thomas is back in because he went a little bit late. He had 40 simoleons, so that's great. Did it count his collect 5 elements? I'm going to try dragging these into his inventory and see if that helps at all. Because he did collect them. I just got them via the Geo Council. If I get one more and it's not ticking them off, I will 100% be cheating that, just so you know. Ooh, there's another element here we could send off to get. I think this one was from a lightning strike. He could send that off to the Geo Council, and that would be our 5th element, hopefully. So, fingers crossed. I was thinking that new country kitchen kit would actually work quite nicely for medieval, but because I just set this kitchen up, I don't want to change it. So I'm hoping the pack will go on sale at some point. And if it does, I'll get it for maybe the next generation's house. I'm kind of happy with the Snowy Escape one. I think it feels the vibe feels good, So I have had to cancel all of my holiday events, my no school holiday events, which makes me very, very sad because they made me giggle every time I saw them. But it was stopping Thomas going to work. Like, it was telling me it was a holiday and he couldn't go. So I had to cancel all of them. Alas, but he needs to get to the top of his career, and he's not going to do that if he consistently is not turning up on time. These guys were building a snowplow and having a bit of a chat about, just general stuff, like Rose talking about how she's a bit worried about labour, and Isabella making polite noises but not really having any experience of it. They're having a chat about basically life, and Rose is mentioning how she's a bit worried about her dad, and Isabella's like, look, I'm sure he's fine. Like, Dad's really tough. And she's like, I have a bad feeling. I mean, he's getting very old. Like, Mum's not as old as him. And Isabella's saying, well, no, that's because Mum's not as old as him. Like, that's just kind of how it is. Isabella's talking about how she'd still like to move out, but she's thinking she might. Like, the two girls have agreed, I'm calling them girls. The two young ladies have agreed that Isabella definitely should stick around for Rose's labour and maybe when the baby's very young, because obviously young babies are a handful. And back in medieval times, parents kind of weren't generally left to fend for themselves. Do you hear the sizzle of something broken? Really? Who are you? Who was that? Was that Zachary or? I'm very confused. Can you not be wearing that? You can be a nap inspector in a cool outfit. All right, well, let's go and invite Zachary in since he's just shown up. He must have known we were talking about him. So Isabella's gone to be like, hey, Dad, we weren't expecting you. It's been so long since you've dropped by. And he's like, yeah, I was, it's my little eco-lifestyle windmill thing. I'll let him repair that, I guess. So Isabella's asking her dad about his health, and he's like, well, not you too. Rose has already been on my back about how I'm feeling. I'm fine. I'm just... the joints are a bit crunchier than they used to be. Like, they make noises they didn't used to make. And sometimes I feel a bit tired and it's hard to get out of bed in the morning, but that's just regular getting old. I'm fine. You girls, stop worrying about me, and we'll let the eco-lifestyle lady take her notes. I think we'll imagine she's, like, here on behalf of the Crown. She's, like, doing some kind of tax-related survey. She's a tax collector, but given we don't pay tax at this level of the challenge, maybe she's, reviewing something else, like Thomas applied for his blacksmithing license. She's here to review that. Right, she's happy with us. We're in compliance with all active neighbourhood action plans. So one piece of news Zachary is passing on to Rose and Isabella. In fact, she probably, a postcard? He probably actually brought the letter. They got a letter from Oliver and Jewel, and it's come via normal courier, not via like Caleb Express. So it's the date on it is like weeks ago. He's basically letting them know that Oliver and Jewel have had a daughter. Now, their daughter's a little bit younger than the twins, but not a huge amount younger. So she's also a toddler. I did age her up, but I didn't rename her. They gave her the name Desiree, and I thought that was really pretty. So little Desiree Graham. The letter isn't specific because it came via a courier and could have, someone could have stolen it or read or whatever, but it says that little Desiree takes after her mother. The way that Zachary and Olivia are interpreting that is that maybe she's more spellcaster persuasion rather than vampire persuasion. So, probably a spellcaster. They have, unfortunately, none of the Sims in that household are particularly artistically talented, so we don't have, like, a sketch of her or a painting or anything, so they don't know what she looks like, other than, takes physically after both parents' colouring, but, I mean, given that both parents have brown hair and brown eyes. Oh, and Andrea's shown up. You can leave. I don't want you here. Andrea can hang out, though. I actually was thinking about spending some time with Andrea because I think Andrea's, like, she's been feeling super, super restless. She kind of hates being in the house with David and Alana and the twins. Not so much the twins, but she just doesn't have her own space. I mean, she never had her own space. She used to share a lounge room with 4 other siblings. But, she's getting a bit older. She wants to be like a caravan guard or a soldier or a merchant. She wants to work on, like, a merchant ship like Caitlin did, Caitlin being Jules' mum. That's the kind of, she wants adventure. She wants to leave. So she's saying, look, this is stuff I'm interested in. Rose is like, well, I need, you've got to stay and look after Dad and, help Mum out around the house and help Alana. And she's like, well, I don't want to do all of that. You guys didn't. You left before you got married. Why do I have to wait? And Isabella's saying, like, she's got a good point. I mean, if she wants to move out and seek a life of adventure, she should do that. And Andrea's clearly at that point been like, yeah, great idea. I'll go do that right now. I don't know where she's going. You're not picking on my snowman, are you? Oh, you're clapping for my snowman. So I'm thinking Andrea might actually take off in the next part, between parts. I'm genuinely thinking that's going to happen because she's telling her sisters, but her parents would 100% disapprove of her living the kind of lifestyle Caitlin lived. Caitlin got pregnant out of wedlock with Jewel, and while they liked Jewel and they liked Jared, and Zachary worked with Caitlin, and Zachary was in that life, I don't think he would see that life as suitable for his daughter. So I genuinely think Andrea is probably going to take off. And she's foreshadowing this to Rose and Isabella, and while they're trying to kind of say, look, if you're going to do it, be sensible about it. Don't, you could get yourself in a lot of trouble out there alone in the world. Thomas is back and earned 40 simoleons. Seriously, is that he's an apprentice, but is that our wage? It's a custom content career, so, I'll pop that in his inventory. I'm hoping that will tick off the 5th one. It did. He has his 5 elements. So that means on his next day of work, he should get promoted. I should have probably been having him work hard today, actually. I think he's come home. I'm going to have him use the bathroom. And then I'm actually thinking I might have him and Rose have a cheeky little woohoo because, it's been a long time. Well, not a long time, but it's been a little while because she's been feeling quite uncomfortable and stuff. And she's at the point, oh, there's a thing we can dig. Oh, no, it's a bluebell plant. She's at the point now where she's come to full term and she wants the baby out. And one of the things that Isabella's heard from midwives is that one way to make the baby come out is to woohoo. That can trigger labour. So that's her motivation. His motivation is somewhat different. These guys are so cute, you guys. They're super, super cute. I'm just having Isabella take the dog for a walk to give them a little bit of privacy. But, they're going to go off and have a little baby making woohoo, as in making the baby come out woohoo, in theory. I mean, she's in her 3rd trimester. She will go at any time. Like, at some point in the next few hours, I do think she'll go into labour. But from their point of view, they're doing, Thomas is helping Rose with the problem. Now, in this generation, we can have as many kids as we want, but we got to have at least one. So, and it doesn't matter if it's a boy or a girl. So if she had twins, I'd probably stop there. But maybe I was thinking maybe 2 kids. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Obviously, if she has twins, doesn't matter what you think. I haven't cheated it either way. But, you know, they're going to do their little woohoo. Isabella's out walking the dog and thinking about, you know, oh, Andrea's heading home. So, yeah, she's thinking about all the things that her and Rose have talked about. All right, I'm going to get her to go to bed. She's very tired. He's not tired yet. So I'm actually going to have him come out here and do a little bit of work on his handiness skill. Thomas has got the technophobe lifestyle in progress, which is hilarious. A lifestyle dedicated to the avoidance of technology. To acquire or maintain this lifestyle, a sim should pursue a livelihood without power or technology, even going so far as to sabotage or break electronics from time to time. Don't approve of that. We actually need our oven and our fridge. Various benefits relating to broken electronics when on a lot without power when using the off-the-grid trait, prefers to avoid using technology, can intentionally sabotage electronics, decreased work performance in tech-related careers, or tense when using technology. That's really interesting. I don't know how that will interact with things like the custom content music box we have, because strictly speaking, this is technology, right? And this little windmill over here is technology. Rose has got into labor, and that are technology. I don't want him breaking that stuff. Are you coming home? You are going to pee yourself. Thomas is going to have to get a hold of Olivia, so that's his new priority. He's obsessing over the woodworking table. He's doing that thing that the Sims do, where they just constantly do woodworking, which is incredibly annoying. I don't know. Oh, you better be quick. Rose, I know you're pregnant and you're in labour and stuff, but your sister is literally about to pee. All right, Thomas, have a pre-parental panic. It's actually happening. I'm sure it was all you, big boy. She's having a what? That's quite funny. I mean, he knew. He should have known. Because, you know, that was the stated objective of the woohoo. So she's going to go have a shower. Thomas has run off to get Olivia. So it will be hard to get hold of her because of the whole ferry situation, but he's going to do his damnedest. All right, so I couldn't cheat Olivia onto the lot or anything, and I went and I loaded her and I brought her here and I asked her to hang out, and then she immediately left. So Olivia's not available, obviously, so Thomas, maybe the ferry's not running. Maybe that's why she's not here. So he's going to come in here and, like, kind of give her a pep talk and be like, it's okay, babe, you know, we've got this. She's trying to eat some food, mainly because I want her needs to be as high as they can be. Poor Isabella was, like, crashing, and Rose was like, look, the contractions are still really far apart. Why don't you go lie down for a few hours so that you're, like, awake at the point where I actually am ready to have the baby kind of thing. I'm sad we couldn't have Olivia here, but I tried to cheat her here with MC Command Center and it didn't work. No, you can't get a sore throat. That's not good. So she's getting close to being ready to push. I love that even though she's in labour, she's still like, I'm gonna wash the dishes. She's about to have her baby, so we'll get her to come up here. I'll get Thomas to, quickly go wake Isabella, because I don't think that you would think you could do this on your own. All right, wake her up. Because, you know, lady parts. Isabella, wake up, quick. And she's like, oh my God, okay, yes, I'm coming. Quick, go here. Rose is having a baby. Now, no one's left, obviously, baby name suggestions because I didn't ask for them in the last part. Get back in here. Get back in here. You're not allowed to leave this room. You are staying here. You guys can talk about the weather for all I care. You've got to be here and support your wife. It's a girl. I'm so excited. And if she ends up being our heir, we'll have had 3 girls in a row. There you go. The 4th one, I think, has to be a 4th one. Yeah, I think the 4th one and the 5th one have to be males. So we might as well get the girls out of the way early. Now, I did have a look at some previous name suggestions that people had suggested for Olivia's kids. And one of the names that was suggested that we hadn't used it was Vivian. So I'm thinking I'm going to go for Vivian. But if you guys have got, like, a more recent suggestion or a name you think suits a child of Rose and Thomas better than the name Vivian, I'd love to hear from you. Now, I'm thinking of spelling it like that, Vivienne, rather than Viviane, A-N. So, I think it's pretty. Vivienne Miller. We'll see what you think. Please don't be twins. I only bought one bed. Oh, thank goodness. Yay! She had a little girl. So I'm going to get her to bounce little Vivienne, and then I will also get Thomas to come over and give her a cuddle and stuff. Unfortunately for us, Isabella's knitting skills are not high enough to knit baby onesies yet. All right, so just as a little sort of end of the episode, I've actually brought us across to, look, you can use the potty chair. I brought us across to the farm to Andrea because I wanted to sort of check in on her. I was debating having her go and visit, what's his face? Because if she's going to take off, I feel like she would see, look, they're kind of friends, but then they're kind of, I don't know. It's been a bit of a weird relationship. So if she's planning on actually, joining a merchant caravan or something, have you been learning anything new lately? Yes. I mean, you don't have a phone, but okay. So yeah, she's thinking about going to tell Colton, are you doing something fun? Oh my God, Colton, stop texting. See, I'm getting such mixed messages from that, Tim. It's ridiculous. Yeah, so she's going to go in and take care of her needs. And then I'm thinking I'm going to have her go over and visit Colton and maybe say goodbye. Then what I'll do, I'm thinking I'll cry. I'll cry. That's what I'll do. I was going to say, have her leave the house and join a merchant caravan. No, Zachary. No, come here. Quick. Olivia, quick. He was out here on the woodworking table. He was making a potty. He was making a potty to give to Rose and Thomas for their toddler. Please let my husband be spared. I mean, he's very old. I don't know if this is going to work. Does that mean no? Does that mean yes? It looks like it maybe means no. Zachary Graham is truly gone after Olivia's ardent appeal fell on deaf ears. Oh my God, David, stop it. Do not be laughing while your father's dying. And poor Rose and Isabella aren't even here. Oh, even the little toddlers have come out. I knew Zachary has, the life when they're ready to have a life stage change, how they have the little bubbles in this bar. I knew Zachary had them, but I was kind of hoping we'd have a bit more time. That is so sad. Oh, poor Olivia. Okay, well, I'm going to have her put that in her inventory for now. Now, I think Andrea totally take it up with Grim. You do not get to take my dad away from me. Oh my God, I actually have tears in my eyes at that sweet little face. What happened to Granddad? Why isn't he moving? Oh my God. I'm going to make myself cry. Poor Olivia. Go cry. It's fine. Go cry. Cry it out. David, I actually need you to repair that. I'm sorry, my boy. Where's Andrea? She's being rude to Grim. I mean, it does seem like a career-limiting move, but okay. Complain about her problems to him. I can't believe it. Can't believe you did this to me. I'm going to actually set up a little grave for Grim. Oh, for Grim. No. I'm going to set up a little grave for Zachary now. Over with Olivia's dad. I mean, you can't really tell much about it because of all the snow, but obviously we've got Olivia's dad on the left and we've got Zachary on the right. I am going to get him to come out and mourn, and I will get her to come out and mourn as well, and also Andrea, and then we're going to release the spirit, just because the way Sims 4 does ghosts, that's not something I'm up for. Like, I've been trying to go realistic here. Who's this? I don't know who that is. Who are you? Maybe he's someone Zachary used to work with back in the day. I don't know. That checks out, I guess. Except he's clapping. Don't you make me come for you. We're going to release his spirit to the netherworld because I don't want Zachary coming back and breaking the toilet. Do you know what I mean? I feel like it's almost disrespectful to Zachary's memory for Zachary to come back and break the toilet. So, releasing Zachary's soul to the Neverworld will forever free his spirit from this mortal realm. Are you sure you want to do this? Yes. Yes, I am. Oh, console her. She's crying so hard. She's probably thinking about how she was really annoyed at him because he was the one that was like really anti her joining the life that she wanted to join. And now she's like, we've been arguing so much lately and I'm never going to be able to talk to him again. Andrea's going to go and see if Colton's at home because I think she's still thinking about leaving. I don't think she's going to take off in this part because I think she wouldn't want to abandon her mum. Yeah, I'll have her go over there and she's basically looking for solace. And if he hurts her, I will come into the game and come for him. Andrea just got an attractiveness alert for Colton. They are friends, but it seems like every time they interact with one another, their relationships go down. Now, it doesn't help that she's in a terrible mood. Now, Colton actually kind of understands where she's coming from in that, oh, dude, you're freezing to death. Okay, that explains why you're uncomfortable. Let me just help you out with that. Now, he was adopted by the Coltons. Obviously, there's two of them. They were, in their minds, they were married, but probably not legally in terms of the realm because it wouldn't have been a done thing for two men to be married. But one of his fathers, technically his uncles, has also just recently passed away, like in the last year or so. So I feel like while he does understand, he's also, every time she kind of looks like she's trying to flirt or anything, he just shuts her down. These guys spark against one another, I don't know, like flint and steel, do you know what I mean? And maybe that's a good thing. Maybe she's in range to earn the good manners trait. There is a bit of a romantic trope that opposites attract, and maybe that's what's going on. I mean, she does find him incredibly attractive, but no one should have to experience watching someone they care about pass away. I'm so sorry you had to see that. It's got his name there, but it means hers. I am here for you. Oh, that's really sweet. She is very tired, so she didn't really talk to him about wanting to leave. They have had that conversation before, but she did sort of say, hey, look, my father just passed away and it was awful and I hate it and I hate everything. And he's like, everything? And she's like, yes, everything. I'm so sad. So I'm going to have her head home and, yeah, let me know what you think in terms of the relationship between these two. I can't decide. Rose, a loved one that departs from this earth never truly leaves, for if they're still alive in our hearts, through us they live on. My condolences. Oh, Rose, my little sweetie. And poor Jared looks devastated as well. Everyone's so sad. Zachary was really popular in the town, and poor Andrea. Anyway, I'm actually going to end this part here, you guys. Obviously, we've had some happiness with the birth of little Vivienne. We've had some sadness with the death of Zachary, and we've had some confusion in Andrea and her situation with Colton. What I was in the middle of saying was, before Rose sent her really nice message, was let me know what you think. If you think we should just, kick Colton to the curb, then I think Andrea could quite happily go on and be a strong, independent woman like Caitlin was and join a ship's crew and sail the seven seas. If you think that, maybe that he's actually interested in her and he's been pushing her away for whatever reason, maybe because he's scared of his own feelings or there could be something else going on there, then, let me know that too. If you've enjoyed, please like and subscribe. You know the drill. Don't forget to wash your hands, and I will catch you next time. Thanks for watching.